guys, what is going on? It is me, Box12 here, and welcome back to another Realm of the Mad God commentary video. Changing it up today. Nidawig and Yin Yarn are both busy right now. Wig is somewhere today. And Yin Yarn has been hard at work on his next video, so I'm not going to try and distract him from that until he's done. So I'm flying solo. I'm flying solo today, which is weird. I haven't done this since probably the Wizard PPE, and that's been done for like a good 2 years, I would say. I've done videos by myself, of course, but like usually there's a topic or a script in mind, something. Even if it's not scripted, I know what I'm talking about and I'm not playing. This is the first live commentary I've done. I'm freaking out. The whole concept of going solo with commentary is something that really... It's not necessarily that it speaks to me, because obviously I deal with it, but it's more like I'm still trying to figure it out. It's not just, oh, be funny, or be an interesting person, and then people will flock to you. That is, of course, an element. You could summarize it to that. If the way you talk is interesting for a group of people, then hey, more people will flock to you. But there's a bit more to it. There's a lot more to stipulate on, depending on the situation. Finding your flavor, I guess, finding what makes your series, because obviously Let's Plays is like just this hugely saturated genre that's been like that since 2010, 2011, I think is whenever it really started breaking out, and probably because of Minecraft, to be honest. And since then, it's just like tons of channels, but they're successful, even though it's overdone. So many people do it, and so many people watch it, because I think more people are getting on YouTube. I mean, you see channels, they just grow. They're constantly getting bigger and bigger. It used to be 1 million subs was like, that's nuts. You are one of the big guys. And then 5 million. I remember whenever Ray William Johnson beat out Nigahiga for the first time, and he got 5 million subs. That was insane. That was groundbreaking. And then 10 million. And then Smosh, I think, was #1 for a bit. I think they were the ones. And then, dude, Freddie W., he was one of them, wasn't he? Times have changed. Things have shifted. Like my attention, I was talking about something else, and then I got on this tangent. What was Let's Players? Right. Yeah, and now you see these guys, Markiplier, over 20 million subs. I subscribed to him when he had like... Okay, I watched him when he had about 70,000 or 90,000, but I didn't subscribe until later. I think I've talked about this before. I subscribed to him whenever he had like just under 1 million, like 700,000, and then a few weeks later, he did his 1 million subscriber video. And I remember it. It has been a few years now, so it's no secret that he's a different man, but you gotta wonder like what's going on in their heads whenever someone achieves that level of fame and fortune, and just, they hit it big. Like, I know he's a really hard worker too. I think I heard one time he gets up at like 5 a.m. and then works until midnight and then repeats that, or he was on that schedule and realized, yeah, this isn't good for me. I'm gonna fix that up. That's nuts. I couldn't, I value my sleep sometimes a little too much, but you know what? If it keeps me sane, that's fine. Bam. Yeah, times have changed. It's constantly getting bigger. So many people. There are so many more in upcoming channels. It's like 1 million subs doesn't really seem that big anymore. Obviously, if I had that many, what am I doing? I'm just walking around trying to look for Candylands, I guess. If I got 1 million subs, I'm good. Don't need any more than that. I think 1 million is way more than perfect. That's above. Whatever I need, you know, if I can, even if I'm just like sharing a house. Actually, I don't really, this kind of jumping the gun here, but I don't really like the whole idea of getting an apartment and just sinking money into that for like 5 years and never getting a house to, like, you know, suffer through your college years, your early 20s. That just, it seems like such a waste to me. Like maybe for a year or two for the experience, like roommating with a friend. But after that, I'd rather get into some property. I think looking into a house, especially in an economy or in a location where housing is ridiculously expensive, it's good to get a head start while I don't have any real expenses, while I'm still living at home. So that's kind of my goal right now. Drop a snake pit, honey. Oh, wow, sweet. I would much rather just kind of be a very modest middling, couple 100,000 subs, talking about games he likes, or whatever the heck happens. I just watched Critical for the first time, Penguin Zero, who Yin Yarn introduced me to, and I guess I had already seen his channel a few times, but didn't know it was him. That man just uploads whatever the heck he wants, as far as I could tell. Maybe that's new, but I like having that sort of creative liberty. That's how YouTube should be. You should be able to make what you want, like have your thing, you know, the thing that gets you the views, that makes the dough, but you're allowed to have fun with it. It's still your channel, and you can still have fun. That's what YouTube is to me. Let's see, how many do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. And I have 5 minutes, so ooh, yeah, we gotta step on the gas. Commentating by yourself, basically talking to yourself and trying to formulate thoughts while also multitasking and playing a game at the same time is an art form. There's a technique required. Yeah, you could just say, oh, you just get used to it. And you probably do. Sweet, a treasure room. Double chance for bulwark. Let's use the clover now. Forgot that was in my inventory. But yeah, it's more than just like being interesting. Like, how does one just be interesting? You know, it all does devolve from being genuine, just kind of being yourself. But I think it's good to prep. Like, some people are just good at improv. I'm not good at improv. Like, if I'm with my friends, I know who they are. You know, I know their sense of humor. I know I can just say something and they'll think it's funny because we're good friends. We know how we work. You can't really do that on the internet, though. Unless you're iDubbbz, then you can freaking do whatever you want and get applause for it, and yeah, for good reason. I don't really think that it's something that anyone can just be immediately good at. It's like anything. It's a talent. It's like a sport, or learning an instrument, or being good at a certain subject, being artistic. Some people are born with just a natural affinity for the genre and can really gravitate towards it. Like people who are, I guess people doesn't make sense. If you're a people person, then you're probably going to be good at maintaining a conversation. But maybe you're not good at maintaining a conversation while also playing something. Maybe you have to be hyper-focused. Maybe you're good at talking, but you need to give all of your attention to the other side. There are so many factors that go into it. And then, you know, the game that you're playing can dictate it, how long your sessions are, and it's not an easy thing to do. And I don't think I give enough credit to the people who do it, even if I'm not a fan of their stuff. Like, I still got to give props where it's due, because it's a difficult thing. I know I've tried. I'm trying it right now. And it's like, will it work or will it not? I don't know. You just kind of have to feel it out and learn techniques, learn different ways of approaching your craft, you know? I guess what I'm trying to get at is it's a genre that I think goes a little undermined in terms of its difficulty. If it were up to me, I would probably just waited for Yin Yarn to be back, but not only has it been a while since I've done this, and I'd like to give it a shot, just switch it up a bit. I know some people like this sort of thing, but I've been trying to keep consistent with the channel. I'm sure anyone who's been watching recently could tell. I'm trying to make sure I get a video out every couple of days. I would prefer every other day, maybe even daily. At some points it does become daily, but it's with school having started up, it's a tough one. Oh, thank you for the dexterity potion, my friend. Yeah, it's not easy. This is actually probably the busiest I've been in a while. It's not even like I'm taking that many courses or anything, but just trying to balance a couple of classes with YouTube, now also trying to be daily, on top of the fact I'm trying to keep these commentaries rolling, as well as working on some certain guides, miscellaneous stuff like the ranking videos, and do other playthroughs in addition to reviews of other games I've been wanting to review for a long time. My dang Sonic 2 video, it needs to come out soon. I want to make it so bad. It's a lot. It's actually quite a bit on my plate. I haven't been this busy in a very long time, but I kind of like it. I kind of like, you feel useful, you know, you feel productive, like you're getting stuff done. It's an accomplishing feeling. self-esteem. It's good. I think that it's okay to be busy. You don't want to overwork yourself, but maintaining a good workflow and having good work ethic, that's another thing. I actually, like, nobody really likes going to school. I don't think nobody likes waking up at 7 a.m. to sit in a chair for like a quarter, if not more, of your day. For subjects you're really not that interested in, but it does help sort of condition you for the real world in the sense that you learn how to do things that you don't like. You know how to, oh, this penguin's already in the game? Where is he? Oh, dude, look at him. I saw him on RotMG, but I said to be announced on there. I guess he's already in. But yeah, that's kind of the one thing about school that I'm kind of in favor of. Like, I do agree with. I may not like it, but I'm not supposed to, because things that are difficult are there as obstacles to make you stronger and to make you better. So even though, it's, I got school, it's necessary as a human being to learn how to do these things. Even if, like, so many kids and even parents growing up would be like, why are we learning math? Like pre-calculus or all the, like, algebra stuff? We're never going to use this. It's true. You won't, unless you're an architect or whatever some other major or other jobs in the workforce that require those sorts of classes. You're probably not going to use it. Chances are, in your daily life, you have a calculator at all times in your pocket, in your phone, and as long as you know how to do simple multiplication and division in your head, you're all good. But again, it instills that good work ethic. Here's your job, do it. All right, do it. Now, that was tough, but I got it done, and I feel good about it. It's kind of my view on that. But there are definitely some more life lessons they could be teaching us in school. That's something I've noticed. They did not prepare me for living under a roof that is my own. Like, once I move out, like, what the heck? I don't know what to do. That's the kind of stuff they don't prepare you for. They prepare you for college. But then what does college prepare you for? Your job. Okay. What about everything else? The gaps that fill in? Paying my bills? Driving? They don't even teach you driving in school. It's like, you got to do all that stuff extra. But, yeah, what are you going to do? Welcome to Bakuri Talks about life, schools. Back on the topic of Realm, I suppose. One of the games I was actually looking forward to playing was Hinez's new game, Mirror Angel's Paradise. And I think I saw on YouTube somebody's already beaten it. I guess it's like a, what's it called? Binding of Isaac sort of game, or Nuclear Throne. It's a roguelike with a set ending, and it's a bullet hell, and it's really hard to beat, so if you're really good, you can beat it in like an hour, but if not, it's going to take you many, many tries. Shoot. I always get tripped up in this phase, like where to go, making sure I'm far away enough. But it actually looks pretty cool. I've been watching his little making of series where, in his most recent video, he just talked about the enemy sprites, and he showed off where he was getting his inspiration from Final Fantasy III on the NES, and I never looked into it before because I haven't played the games myself, but that game has some really, really good enemy sprites. Like, he was pointing out how they use basic colors that contrast really well, because the NES obviously has a very limited color palette. I think it's like 8 colors or something, or shades, rather, main colors. Oh, wow, he just ceased. Oh, wait, I have an ink. Let's go. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this is a small wine cellar. It might actually be kind of difficult. I'm going to put on my Staff of Esben for the extra 3 speed. Help my rushing a little bit more. Where did that guy just go? Oh, he's a trickster, or planewalker, okay. I was like, he just vanished. Oh yeah, cannot do hardware acceleration drunk. It hurts me. Hurts me very much. Usually the system helps, but not when I'm drunk. Oh yeah, this is a good time for it too, getting through all the minions. See, Staff of Esben isn't ruled out. They just gotta make Oryx 2 more valuable, because as of now, getting Wine Cellar Tops doesn't really mean a whole lot. Not just because Wine Cellars are easy, but with all the events that were going on, people were just doing them like crazy, and tops became very common. I mean, selling them in Nexus is one thing that, of course, devalues them instantly, just in terms of pride, but everybody has tops. People were just handing me over G-Sorks like it was candy, and that's been the case for a little bit. Oh, wow, okay. No, stop it. Oh, I hate learning the confused control, then getting unconfused and reconfused. But anyway, back to Hinez's game. I really liked the sprites that he had chosen to be inspired from, not just because they had really cool color palettes, they were surprisingly detailed for the era, and it allowed me to appreciate it. It, of course, got my brain spinning about Realm and incorporating more detailed sprites into the game. Or just more enemies in general, like new dungeons that have cool new sprites. That brought me back to the idea of Elder Realms, having this new realm based on the old one that has entirely new enemy sprites. They can be based on the previous enemies, like a goblin mage. This one might be just bigger, more brooding, or maybe it has like a cloak that covers its head. It's more detailed. And so all the enemies would be similar, but revamped. And so it would give the game an excuse to essentially be twice as long, and it would be the hard mode, so everything would be really insanely difficult, but the loot would be even better. And I don't expect them to do that anytime soon. I would honestly want them to wait to do any big updates like Oryx 3 or Elder Realms until the game is ported, because then it'll be so much easier to code for. It'll just be... it'll run way better, and I would much rather play Elder Realms when it's more optimized than if it came out sooner. So I thought it would be cool if maybe regular Realm kept its style, and then maybe Elder Realms would be 16 by 16, or some other equivalent that looks good, because I know not everybody likes the 16 by 16 sprites, and I agree some of them don't exactly translate well, but I think that would be really interesting if regular Realm was its same aesthetic, and then you changed the way that the game looks a little bit, which on Unity would be possible if they wanted to make it slightly more detailed. Yeah, I wouldn't say go hyper-realistic on us. I mean, they can if they want. I mean, that sounds like a lot of work on their part, so really, I'm just thinking of a graphical shift, not even necessarily an upgrade. There's this cool game that came out recently that I really want to play soon. Called The Messenger. It's kind of like a Ninja Gaiden inspired game, and you play as a ninja in 8-bit, but whenever you hit certain points in a level, it'll shift you to a 16-bit samurai, and then the game shifts a little bit, and the music even changes 16-bit. It's really cool, and I think that if Realm had that for regular and Elder, that could be a cool way of distinguishing it. He's almost dead, just 20,000 more. It's weird that Oryx doesn't have 75,000 health anymore. That was such a staple for so long, and then HP scaling just, like, no? I wouldn't really, I mean, it does help Oryx not die as fast. I think that was the main concern. Like, people would show up to Oryx and he would already be dead. And if you open the wine cellar, it was like, well, that sucks. So, that does help with that. So I can understand why they would have to do that. Even if he can be chain stunned just as easily, I don't really see, if you have enough knights, or if one knight can chain stun, that's really all. Doesn't matter how much health he has, it's just going to take a little bit longer. It's kind of like Thessel. She's still kind of, oh wow, it took that long that my clover ran out. Sweet, those are my favorite drops. Let's go take a look at what the new quests are, I'm curious. Oh, sweet. Actually, 3 shatters. I haven't done a shatters in a long time, so, you know, why not? You'd think after all the cemeteries I did, I would have kept them, but I didn't have any room during RotMG at all. I can get this one. And maybe this one. We'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know it was a little different, a little more tame this time around, but sometimes it's okay to switch it up a little bit. And as always, don't forget to check out the next episode whenever I post it, which will probably be soon. All right. See ya.